Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. This is day 6 and 7. It's a Saturday and a Sunday, and this is my little crew. It's a family operation. There's the father, the son, the uncle, the daughter, the son. So it's all family. They're really nice people, and they work real hard. So that's the first. So basically, we got the back wall done the weekend before, and then it snowed. So you can still see snow on top of that back wall, actually. And then I built all the walls myself. And then this is day 6 and 7 where we start raising all these walls. And that's the first wall. And that wall has a window in it. And yeah. It's funny, their daughter right there with the white shirt, she actually works harder than anybody, it seems like. She's a pretty good worker. And here's the second wall, and this has my little side door. And yeah, that's the second wall. The father and the son are actually union carpenters, so that's what they do for a living. And then the uncle is actually a concrete guy, and he actually did my concrete. That's how I met these guys. And yeah, they were just hardworking people that I really liked, and so yeah, they're helping me out on the weekends. So day 6 and 7, the goal is to get all the walls up and get the majority of it sheeted with the hardware and the straps on the front. Get get the garage beams up, get the whole thing walls up and sheeted, ready for trusses. And basically that's what we're doing. Weather was really nice this weekend for Saturday and Sunday, so that was a huge plus. You never know what the weather's going to do up here. And we had 2 sunny days, and it was good. It was, yeah, definitely a good weekend. They even brought their little boy right there, and he threw a couple snowballs at me. Yeah, I remember when my kids were little, I would bring them to the job sites sometimes on the weekend. Right here, I'm using the TOOLCAT, and I'm going to. They This was Saturday, and they went to lunch, and I decided, well, I'm going to make sure and push this thing, you know, keep the progress going. So right here, I've got some timber strand for the fascia board, and also I've got the big beams over there. So I'm going to use the TOOLCAT with the forklift attachment and bring all these timber strands down here and get them put inside the garage so they'll be kind of safe. And yeah, what I'm going to do on the timber strands for the fascia board is I'm actually going to wrap them in aluminum so that I never have to paint them. I'm going to use some powder coated aluminum and basically wrap them. So those were the timber strands, and here's one of the first beams, and this is the 5.5 by 11 and 7/8 parallam. And those things really stay straight. That's why I decided to choose. I could have used a cheaper beam, but I kind of like this product, and it stays really straight. And here you can see we're using the excavator to lift this up onto the wall. They cut it first, and then I use my excavator to bring it up there for them. Now, when we do the trusses, I'm going to have to build a jib for this, and that will actually be my next video. We're going to build about a 14-foot long jib for the front of this excavator so that I could lift the trusses up onto the garage. I was going to contact a crane and The problem is the crane companies aren't always available on Saturdays and Sundays, and this is when these guys are going to work for me. So I'm going to have to, and plus the crane company wants $1,000. So I figured, it's only going to cost a couple $100 to in steel if I make it myself, maybe 300, and then I'll have it. I could use it any time on other jobs if someone needs it, and yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna make my own jib for the excavator. Right here, you can see they've already got all the walls up. This is the next day, and they're basically getting the whole outside of the box sheeted. Now on the two side walls, basically what I'm gonna do is right there where you see that guy, we're only going to sheet up to that height right there, because what I want the gable ends of the trusses, I want the sheeting to fly up past them so it ties it together really nice. So we're going to leave that top row on both sides off so that we can tie the gable in really nice. So I thought that would be a good way to go. The whole garage is sheeted with 1/2" OSB, and I went with OSB this time because I used to always use CDX, but over the years I've realized that the OSB lays a lot flatter, and also it's a little more waterproof because it has so much glue in it. It is a lot more waterproof. Now on the roof, I'm actually using 5/8 OS. Now right here, we were gonna put these up here ahead of time, but what I realized is it was pretty flimsy up there, and it felt like if we got wind, it might break the tops of those off. So we decided to leave those off. Yeah, the guy in the orange, he is a professional carpenter, union carpenter. He told me right now he's actually working on a school. And yeah, a good guy. My main thing, as far as all these walls and everything, was that we make sure and plumb and line it really good. And yeah, they did a nice job. The nailing on this is 6 and 12. And then on the front of the garage, where the beams are, it's actually 3 inches on center all across the whole top of the beams. Right here's a view from the front, and you can see they're working on sheeting all the columns and also putting the hardware on the straps on the bottom and tops. The only straps on here is basically on the front of this garage. We have 2 big straps on the lower columns coming out of the foundation, and then there's 2 straps on the upper of each one of these columns, all these 5 columns. And right here they're sheeting it, and like I said, the sheet or the nailing on the beams is actually 3 inches on center, and then they have the straps on there. But yeah, this thing's basically almost done. Like I said, this is Sunday, so all the walls are up, beams are up, getting all the sheeting done, and it'll be ready for trusses. So I have my truss delivery this coming Thursday, so I've got a few days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, to be able to make the jib for the excavator. And yeah, that'll enable me to be able to lift these trusses up on the roof. And here's a little footage with the drone. This is Sunday, day 7. And you can see we've got it all sheeted, got the bottom hardware and the top hardware on. And right now it's all plumb and lined. And we're waiting, next step's gonna be the trusses. I tried to fly this drone around the building without hitting these trees, which was a little bit of a challenge. It sure is beautiful up here in the mountains. In spite of the weather that I had to deal with on this project, it's still going really well, and it's really nice up here. You can see the hardware right there on the upper column. I'm glad I went with these parallams. They are really straight. They don't have any deflection in them at all. The parallams. Yeah, trying to fly around I was trying to get a view of the outside of the building, but I have so many trees around this building. It wasn't the easiest to fly around. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe, like it, hit the bell. Check out our little store at outlawwoodworking.bigcartel.com. We have some cutting boards and some little things on there. And yeah, you can see now bracing. I use turnbuckles so that when we plumb and lined it, I could actually adjust these really easy. So that was kind of nice. Yeah, this drone footage probably isn't the best because I'm just having trouble flying it around the building. Little inside view. Here's a view from, I don't know how high up, but you can see the garage amongst all the trees. This is a DJI drone, Maverick Air 2S, I think. I've been practicing tracking with this drone, and yeah, sometimes it tracks really good. Now, right here, I'm going to actually see if I can see how it does tracking my little TOOLCAT. So right there, I put it on the tracking mode and I hit go, and it's in sport mode right now. So it should be able to just fly and avoid obstacles and follow my little TOOLCAT. We will see right here, I guess. Here it is, 8 times speed, the drone following the TOOLCAT. I went ahead and went up the road just to kind of see how the drone would track. And it did really well, actually. You can see it avoiding the trees, and it follows me right back down. I'm not doing anything. Wow, I didn't realize it went around that tree right there. Actually, right there, I think it lost it. And then I readjusted it, and then it, right here, you can see it following me down to the homestead. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. There's a nice picture of the garage right there. And I will see you next time. Later.